Okay, and welcome back. This video is gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a lot longer. First off, I wanted to talk about the seven warlords, or as I like to know them, the 11 warlords. So, for those reading One Piece, there used to be a system. It was abolished during the Reverie arc, where there were seven pirates that were allied with the world government in order to keep other pirates under the control. Um, After some events happened, barring a couple of these pirates, the whole system was abolished. Okay, it consisted of the I believe the original seven were Draco Mihawk, Boa Hancock, Bartholomew Kuma, Edward Weevil, Doflamingo, um, Crocodile, and Gecko Moria, I believe. Oh, maybe Jinbei too. Yeah, Jinbei. Later, well, I think that was eight. Okay, I think Weevil came after Jinbei left because Jinbei was done before we met Jinbei technically. But Jinbei was one of the original seven. I believe Jinbei was dumped for Weevil. Crocodile was dumped for Buggy of all things. And then Trafalgar Law jumped in. Marshall D. Teach was part of it at one point too. Regardless, I wanted to talk about each of these members because I enjoy most of the warlords. Draco Mihawk, while we know he's the strongest swordsman on the One Piece world, we don't know anything about him. Like Draco Mihawk, I think the most insane thing about him is he's his own pirate crew. Um, he sails in a little coffin shaped ship with his giant crossblade, and when people cross him, he makes sure to sink the entire fleet, as he did with was it Don Krieg's crew? He took out like half of their fleet or something. It's insane. He's just as strong by himself. Um, Not much is known about him though. We know he's. I feel like he's perfectly fine. Like I know the Marines were sent to go. Some Marines were sent to go. Capture him. But let's be honest, they didn't capture Draco Mihawk. There's, they did not. There's no way they captured Draco Mihawk. Um, Moving on to the next one, Bartholomew Kuma. So Kuma's kind of interesting. Kuma is actually, well, I guess was before, because okay, I don't know if you don't know about One Piece, you don't know about this, but Kuma is a cyborg now. At first, Kuma was like, well, I guess Kuma was a cyborg. He's just completely an android. He was being worked on by the world government by Dr. Vegapunk, but he agreed to it. So I don't know, it's a little different. A lot of people sit down and say like they feel so bad for Kuma, but he agreed to it from what I remember. Like I don't think he was like forced into it. I don't think this is something that like the world government was like, oh yeah, we're going to work on you. But he he like I believe he just like kind of accepted it. Like he was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Vegapunk can work on me. But another thing about Kuma, he was actually a former officer of the Revolutionary Army, and he's pretty broken. What we do know about Kuma, he has the what is it, the Nero no Mi, or at least had the Nero. I guess he still does have it, right? Because Vegapunk knows how to incorporate stuff into machines. So when he transformed over, he still had it. But he has the Nero no Mi, or the Paw Paw flute, which it's pretty good. Um, it basically gives you giant paws on your hands, and those paws you can use to push. I mean, you can repel basically anything, man. You can repel air. You can repair fundamental objects. Like you can repair the pain out of someone, as he did with Luffy back in Driller Bark. You can do a lot with this fruit. This fruit is actually pretty dope. Um, I don't know. I feel like Bartholomew Kuma, he didn't get as much time as we needed to. Now he's kind of just been, because the pacifista are based off him. We kind of just get that, and I don't think we got the full like. I wanted some more Kuma action. I especially since I'm a huge fan. When I was younger, I liked the design of Kuma. I thought the big guy with the Bible and the paws on his hand was pretty cool, and I'll admit he is pretty cool. But I don't think we got enough of him. I would like at least like a flashback or something, maybe with the a flashback with the entirety of the Revolutionary armies back when Kuma was still a major part of it. Where we get to see like slightly younger Ivankov and then like younger Dragon or something. Maybe Dragon mentions out like, "Oh, I just had a kid" or something. It'd be cool. Some kind of flashback so I can see some more Kuma action would be dope. Or maybe Vegapunk will go into detail. I'm not sure if we even get to meet Vegapunk, which is a character I need to do a video about at some point. Next on the list is Boa Hancock. Now, Boa Hancock, she she has the potentially most powerful fruit, in my opinion. But it is she had to also have been lucky. Boa Hancock's fruit, of course, is the Mira Mira no Mi, which is the I believe the love fruit, and you can make people fall in love with you, and by then they turn to stone. The only thing is, you have to be good looking for this to work. She is really lucky. She's good looking. If you gave this fruit to any normal person, like me, for example, you said, "Hey, here's the Mira Mira no Mi," and I said, "Oh man, that looks delicious. Thank you." I took a bite out of it. I was like, "Nah, this pretty sucks," but now I have the power to turn people to stone. Only thing I could turn into stone would be my cats, because those are the only things that love me. And while that's not necessarily, I guess, terrible, it's just like she got really lucky with this fruit. But she's actually really cool. She's also the snake princess. She runs Amazon Lily, and I think it's the Kuju Pirates. She's pretty cool. She appeared back when Luffy got yeeted by by Kuma to the Isle of Women, and she's been an important character ever since. Not ever since. She's not been like super important, but she's been there ever since. And when the abolishment happened, they sent the perfect people to go get Boa. They sent the blind guy. They said, "Yeah, here we go. We're gonna send some Marines to go get Boa Hancock. We're gonna send Fujitora because he can't see her." I don't know. That was the smartest thing they could have done. They knew what they were doing when they sent Fujitora to go get her, because she's the only one. He's the only one that could fight her, I think, on equal terms. Because she's so good looking, she makes men and women fall for her. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, no, she's pretty dope. She's really cool, really agile, kicks really hard apparently. No, Boa Hancock's a fan favorite for many reasons. We're gonna save the god for last. All right. Next up, Edward Weevil. Now, this is the thing. Weevil. It says he's the son, okay, of Edward Newgate. He claims to be the son of Whitebeard. He calls himself Whitebeard Jr. All right, and I mean, we don't know much about him. So like, maybe he is. All we know is his mom, which she claims to be one of the people that was a Whitebeard's lover, and I don't know. I don't think Weevil. He doesn't do much, but there is some things to talk about here. Weevil is fucking strong. And people downplay Weevil. He's freaking strong. Okay. Was it I think it was Kizaru who said that his strength was the same as Whitebeard when he was his age. He was able to take out 16 pirate crews that aligned themselves with Whitebeard. He's pretty he's pretty good. He's pretty strong. He definitely earned that for sure. Like he earned that. I don't know, man. He's freaking good. Weevil's strong. I would like to get some more info on Weevil. Maybe he's Whitebeard's son. Maybe he's not. I would like to get some information on that. That'll be interesting. I know he has a grudge against Blackbeard, so that's kind of funny, given that Blackbeard cured his air quotes father. But yeah, Edward Weevil's a part of it. There's not too much to say on Weevil, unfortunately. I wish we had more. I wish we had more info. I don't know. I wish we had more info on Weevil and like Kuma. Kuma's cool. I love Kuma. But next up, we're gonna go to a fan favorite, Crocodile. Now, Crocodile is one of my favorites too. If you don't know Crocodile, he had a whole arc so I don't know how you don't know him. He's the Alabasta arc. Whole thing was Baroque works. He was Mr. Zero, and yeah, he was basically an Alabasta looking for Pluton, and Luffy ended up fighting him, and got real fucking lucky on figuring out that Crocodile's sand fruit, or the Suna no Mi, has an extra bad weakness to water. He ain't just weak to the sea. My man can't be rained on, He if you drop a little bit of water, you get a spray bottle and you somehow hit him with it, you can hit him. No hockey, nothing. And once we figured that out, he was unfortunately kind of done. People don't talk about this, but the sand fruit, people say, I've seen people say it's the weakest Logia, which I don't know. Maybe the swamp is the weakest Logia in my opinion. I think the sand fruit is pretty dope. It does have that innate weakness to water, but given that it also gives you the ability to absorb, like all the moisture from things, it could definitely work out in a lot of cases. I like the sand fruit. When I remember reading this back when I was younger and just saying how cool Crocodile was, and then seeing Crocodile back in action in Marineford, and the scene where Doflamingo attempts to cut him, and you see his head fall off, and then the sand just like comes back and forms his head, and then Crocodile says Doflamingo, a crocodile working with a flamingo. No, thank you. I don't know. I love that. He is pretty cool. He has some really cool attacks and stuff. He uses his sands like blades. He drains all the moisture from people. And his fruit's broken because he can turn just about any situation to an advantageous one by simply touching the ground with his, I believe it's his left hand or his right hand. I don't remember. It might be his left hand. But if he just touches the ground with his left hand, he can drain all the moisture from it and then create like a desert out of just about anything. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Crocodile's cool. There's a reason that people love Crocodile, and I'm a fan too. I've always been a fan. Next up, oh man, Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria, man, I don't like Gecko Moria, but I'm gonna give my man credit. This man with the Kage no Mi. He's good. Listen, say what you want about Thriller Bark. I like Thriller Bark a lot, and I just said I didn't like Gecko Moria, but that's because of what Thriller Bark did for Gecko Moria. It did what it needed to do. When I read Thriller Bark, it made me hate Gecko Moria, love the Straw Hats and Brook, and understand that the Kage no Mi is fucking busted. It's fucking busted, bro. Okay. And it's so great, right? Because when you think about Gecko Moria and you understand that, like, at one point, he was a pirate captain. Him and the Thriller Bark pirates. And when they tried to fight Kaido... I don't know why they tried to fucking fight Kaido. They tried to fight Kaido, and Kaido said, no, these niggas are dying today. You're not making it. And Gecko Moria didn't make it. Yeah, no, Gecko Moria is pretty dope. I like the powers of Kage no Mi are pretty good. And but it hasn't been said if he did or not, but I know Whitebeard kind of like is trying to recruit him. So I don't know if he joined the Blackbeard Pirates, but it's kind of hinted. Okay, I think he either might have joined them or he like he took his fruit, because I know Blackbeard's like collecting strong devil fruits, and you cannot sit here and tell me that the Kage no Mi is not a strong devil fruit, taking people's shadows, which in the daytime would kill them straight up, because they can't live without the shadow and the sun, or just taking someone's shadow and putting it in someone else to make zombies to fight for you. You almost have an infinite army. Like, he's pretty strong on the best of occasions. I don't know. Gecko Moria is a force to be reckoned with, and while I don't like Gecko Moria, I'm excited to see if he comes back. That would be something I'm interested in. I don't know. I would love to see it. That's all I can say. I think that'd be pretty cool. Next up is another fan favorite right here. People love my boy. Trafalgar D Law. Man. What can I say about the Surgeon of Death that hasn't already been said, man? Look at his design. Alright, his design is cool. His fruit, the Yape no Mi, translated to English as the Op fruit or the OP fruit. That fruit's fucking busted, bro. Listen, the man can make a room, and in that room can do damn near anything. You cannot fight at equal terms in that man's room. He wins. Fighting in Law's room is almost a death sentence. And he's just good, man. I don't know. He's broken. And one thing I like about Law, his attitude for how he does stuff. He's so calm, but none of his plans work out, man. This man makes a plan for like every situation, and then every single time it never works out. No one listens to this man. Like, no one at all. It's kind of the best thing ever. Law's one of my favorites. He's probably, I think he's, if we're not counting Luffy or Zoro because they're on the main crew, he's probably my second favorite supernova. If we're not counting Luffy or Zoro, if we're counting Luffy and Zoro, he gets pushed down to fourth. Just that's just how it is. But yeah, no. Trafalgar Law, he's a fan favorite. I can see why. We had an entire arc thing for him, which was super nice because he deserved it. He really deserved that arc. The entirety of Dressrosa being kind of like between him and Doflamingo and kind of going in the back to his backstory and stuff. That was nice. I'm on the team that Law has one of the best backstories in the entire anime. I can definitely see why people love him. It's broken as fruit, and the immortality surgery, which is interesting. Um, I don't know. I don't think we'll see it used in this story, honestly, which I'm perfectly fine with because it would cost Law to die. But having Law die to save someone else could be interesting in a sense. So I don't know. We we could see some interesting stuff here. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do Law in the future. Right now, he's fighting Big Mom at the time of recording, which is real cool. So we'll see how that turns out. Um, Next up on the list of warlords is said Flamingo, Don Quixote Doflamingo. God, I listen. Doflamingo's cool. Okay, he's real cool. Now, the man has more drip than a hurricane. Okay, tell me you wouldn't rock the Doflamingo fit. Just tell me. I cannot believe you wouldn't rock Doflamingo fit. If you think you wouldn't rock Doflamingo fit, you're lying to yourself. The fit is clean. The fit is nice. And the fit makes me happy. But Doflamingo's kind of an ass, bro. I dislike Doflamingo. No, you remember how I said I hated Gecko Moria? I'll take that back. Let's put Doflamingo in the Gecko Moria. He sucks, bro. He's his character. He doesn't suck. Him as a character sucks. I hate how he treated his own brother. I hate how he wanted his brother to eat the Abi Abi no Mi just for himself. Well, and it all makes sense, right? Like he was denied his right at Marijoa, so he wants to get back at him. And I understand it, but I think he was going about it the wrong way. He worked with Kaido, which was cool, I guess. But I don't know, man. Doflamingo, he rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't. His backstory made me hate him a little bit more. And yeah, man, it's just how it is. He was a dick. He was strong, but which is one of the cool things about him. I will say, I'll give Doflamingo this. He's probably the strongest out of all the people we'll be covering today. He's no, we have to cover Blackbeard, huh? Okay, maybe the second strongest, but he's pretty strong, man. No one can stop the Ito Ito no Mi. He awoke in that shit, and he could do a lot more than he should have been able to. Doflamingo is, God, Doflamingo's kind of cool, man. I don't know. I like Doflamingo a lot. So it's like I say I hate him, but I love him. You know, it's one of those love hate relationships. Doflamingo is cool. Don't ever let anyone tell you different. I hate him, but he's cool. You know, they did it. God, Oda did it so well, man. He made it where you hate and love Doflamingo, and I think that's the point. You want to love Doflamingo because his backstory makes sense. Everything that he's doing makes sense. He wants to get back at the world government. He's just going about it the wrong way, and that's what makes you hate Doflamingo because how he's going about it. He's hurting people that doesn't deserve to be hurt. He killed people that didn't deserve to die. This is, I don't know, man. We're gonna skip. We'll stop talking about Doflamingo. It's making me like upset and sad simultaneously. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and stop that. But next up on the list is the first son of the sea. All right, my boy Jinbei. Jinbei's clean, man. Okay, I love Jinbei. I always have as a kid. I remember reading Fishman Island and watching the scene where Chopper's transferring the blood from Jinbei to Luffy, and Luffy looks at him. He's just like, "Will you join my crew?" And Jinbei just kind of looks up. I don't know, man. I remember that scene vividly, and to see Jinbei on Whole Cake sitting there, he severs his ties with Big Mom, and then seeing him show up on Wano, announcing himself, joining the crew, and watching the other supernovas say like, especially Kid, man. Kid's reaction to where Jinbei joined the crew was like, he got Jinbei on his side. I don't know. Kid's reaction to that was pretty hilarious, man. I'm gonna make a video going over all the supernova at some point because that'll be kind of clean. But no, Jinbei's broke, man. He's broken. Like, man, it's kind of broken. I don't know. He's just good. Like, he's cool. He has some interesting history. Him on the Sun Pirates, given that we don't know too many things about the Sun Pirates. It's pretty nice. The stuff with the Sun God, whenever Who's Who brought it up, and Jinbei said, "Don't talk about stuff you don't know anything about," and took him out. I don't know. We got some stuff we can learn about Jinbei here, and I like Jinbei a lot. He already had technically, well, he had a part in Whole Cake, but he had a whole arc already, kind of being Fishman Island, and he had kind of got some more in the Whole Cake. Now he's a part of the crew. I don't know. Jinbei's he was a good addition to the crew, and this was something I've been waiting for a long time. I remember reading Fishman Island and saying, one day I hope he does join the crew, and then he did. This is, I don't know. This is a culmination of years of waiting for this, and this is something that I enjoy. Jinbei was good. He was really strong. Master of Fishman Karate. Fishman Karate's broken. Is basically just water bending. Not a lot of people, not enough people are using this, especially given that most devil fruit weaknesses are water. Remember when Jinbei was at Marineford and he just stopped Againu from attacking? Did nobody remember that? Like, Jinbei, he pretty strong, okay? And for him to join the crew now, and me not even considering him probably top, he's definitely top 10. I was gonna say that, but he's 10th member. He's top 10. But he's not one of the. I don't know. I don't know where to put him. I don't really rank the crew because everyone on the crew is subject to change. Like, look at Sanji. People were saying, "Oh, Sanji's definitely not even top 5 anymore." And look at him now. Now people don't want to. All the Sanji haters shut up, bro. Like I said, I'm a Zoro fanboy, but I don't hate Sanji. And all the Sanji haters, they shut up, bro. They shut up after 1029. Shut up after 1028, bro. They shut up. They stop talking. But this is Jinbei. Anyway, we're done with Jinbei. We're gonna move on to Marshall D. Teach. This one. Oh man, I hate Blackbeard so much. So Marshall D. Teach, for him being in a decent amount of One Piece by now, at least somewhat decent, we don't know a lot about him. We know as an orphan, he was adopted by Whitebeard. Whitebeard said, "Oh, you can come and join us." He waited 20 years to get his hands on the fruit that he wanted, probably because he was studying some history somewhere and figured out about the Yami Yami no Mi. Killed one of his teammates crewmates that found it. Took it for himself. Then he captured Ace after Ace went to go beat his ass and lost, of course. Turned him into the world government to become one of the 7 warlords, just so he can get into Impel Down, so he can get him a strong enough crew, so he can go back to Marineford, take the Goro Goro no Mi from Whitebeard after killing him. 2 devil fruits now, walking around, bro. Blackbeard is broken, okay? And this goes into a theory that I actually want to get into probably in a different video about devil fruits. But the fact that he can have more than one devil fruit, man. The fact that he's the only person that we know of that has more than one devil fruit. Ridiculous, man. Like, this man's good. And the Yami Yami no Mi and the Goro Goro no Mi, those are broken. Yami Yami no Mi is probably the strongest Logia. Being able to negate other devil fruit abilities and like, I mean, you don't have the intangibility of it, but being able to negate other devil fruit abilities, making it a fist to fist fight, kind of broken. And granted that it, like, I don't know, mixed with the Goro Goro no Mi, you can make earthquakes. I'm sorry, but you're telling me it will be essentially him versus somebody else will be, you're a normal person and I can make earthquakes, and that's the fight. Yeah, you're not getting out of that one too much. It's pretty nice. I don't know. I like where he's going. I wish we had more Blackbeard. I know he's doing stuff in the background. He's probably waiting for his chance because that's his whole character as he waits. I'm ready for that. I liked his introduction probably the best out of any of these other characters though. Like, his introduction was interesting, man. We introduced ourselves to Blackbeard without fighting him. We see him as Skypiea as he sits down and he's just like, yeah, they exist. Don't man's dreams never die. Tells Luffy that. Ensures Luffy there's a Sky Island. That's how we introduce to Blackbeard. We don't introduce him and it's like, oh, this is evil pirate. No, we introduce him as a man who believes in dreams. Has the will of D. This is before we knew there were multiple wills of D's. And we'll get into that at some point. But yeah, no, this is a man that we said, oh, he has the will of D too. He believes in dreams. And then we come to see all this other stuff and we're like, wait, this guy is evil? How? He has the will of D. You know, like, I don't know. I like the introduction of Blackbeard, keeping a mystery for so long. And I'm ready to see more, man. I'm a huge Blackbeard fan now. So I'm ready. I'm ready at this point. And then we're going to go on to the last one. If you haven't guessed who the last one is, then I don't know why you're still here, man. This is Buggy D Clown, another Will of D holder, of course. Buggy the Clown, actually. In real list, though, Buggy is one of my favorite characters. When I first got into One Piece, I started with the manga because I actually didn't know there was a show until like years later. But I remember the first One Piece books I had were books 1 and 4. I got them from like from like a random like I think Barnes and Noble or something. Um, Books 1 and 4 were all they had, and that's the books I had. And I remember reading them until like the pages fell out. So I remember Buggy vividly from those days, and I love how he keeps coming back up, man. Buggy's so cool. Okay, Buggy's been he's been making waves, man. He's just trying to stay afloat. You know, he's just trying to make it. He's not a strong man. He's just a smart one. And I don't know. I love Buggy so much. He's been there. He's had some iconic moments. A lot of my favorite moments involve Buggy. Let's think of some flash moments I can think of here. All the Orange Town stuff with Buggy is cool. I like that entire arc. I liked Orange Town. A lot of people didn't, but I enjoyed Orange Town. It was a good early One Piece arc. Um, the stuff on a what is it, Logtown, where he goes to a where him and Luffy are having a conversation before he's getting executed, and Luffy's just like, "Wow, I've never been to an execution before. Who's getting executed?" And Buggy looks at him. He's just like, "It's you, idiot." I don't know. I love that scene. Another one of my favorites is the when Luffy starts when Luffy runs up on Mihawk and Marineford and starts attempting to fight him, and then he does the Gumu Gumu no substitute and just drags Buggy out the sky to block, and he's just like, "Thank you, Buggy. I needed to get away." I don't know, stuff like that. I love, and then like seeing Buggy and Shanks interact all the time is nice. Buggy's clean. I don't know how a lot of people dislike Buggy, I feel, and if they do, I mean that's okay with you. I don't care who you like and who dislike. I like Buggy because Buggy's cool, and man, you can't sit here and knock a man who was on the King of the Pirates crew. Now, granted, he was a rookie pirate at the time, but Buggy was still up there with the big ones. He, in theory, he can say he fought Whitebeard's crew. Because he technically did, and you can't sit here and downplay the bar on me. Being able to be immune to being cut is broken. Okay, and here's what I think. Okay, I haven't went over this for many of the other ones. Actually, I should go back and do this, but maybe I'll do that in separate videos for these people. I'll go over awakenings later. Then I'll say Buggy's too, because Buggy will be a good awakening. But I feel like the bar awakening is gonna be broken, man. And if he even gets to that point, all I know is if Buggy dies, I'm gonna be pretty sad because Buggy is somebody I actually wanted to join the Straw Hats a long time ago. I love Buggy a lot, man. So that should be everyone, right? That should be all 11. This is probably a lot longer than I wanted it to be, and a lot longer than you wanted to sit here and listen to. But I mean, had to go in detail on some of these. At least the ones I liked. I wish we knew more about Mihawk. I wish I knew a little bit more about Weevil and Kuma. And honestly, I wouldn't hate learning some more about Gecko Moria. Maybe a little bit more about Blackbeard's past, because I know that's gonna be a flashback I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Blackbeard's flashback, bro. Oh man, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be great, man. Especially if we can figure out like the whole like why is he the way he is. I would love that. But anyway, that should be a video on him. That should be all the 11-7 warlords that we've had in One Piece. Thankfully, we won't have any more because the system has been abolished. But I think my next video is actually going to be over the Supernova. So if you're excited, you're a huge Supernova fan, I'll even rank them for you. I'm just joking. You're not going to get a ranking, but I will talk about the Supernovas soon. Anyway, thank you so much. Bye.